What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's Tamra, and we're here with a Q&A video / me cleaning and organizing my studio. Welcome if you're new, and welcome back if you are not. I had a different plan today. We were gonna do like a sit with me and chill while I do my nails and then me answer all these questions. I filmed it and I fucking hate them. I hate them, I hate them, I hate them. Everything went wrong. I filed off too much after encapsulating. Like, I just hate them. So you're gonna get me cleaning instead. Cleaning, organizing. My desk is a mess. My room is a mess. So we're gonna hang out and I'll answer all your juicy questions. So if that sounds good, go grab a drink, go grab a snack, get comfy, because we're gonna talk about some crazy shit. What's up, guys? Welcome to Behind the Scenes. This is my nail desk. This is where I film. It could be better, honestly. I'm just never happy with things like this. Like, I had it all set up and I was like, this is gonna be great, because I was filming over there. Well, you'll see in a little bit. But now I honestly kind of want, like, when I'm filming, to there be like a cute setup behind me, like just cute little things. So you're not just staring at a white paper with me, my hands. I don't know. Do you guys care? Do you like how I'm filming right now? Let me know. Because I feel like it could be better, but it could always be better. Like, I'll do that and then I'll be like, you should change it. Okay, anyway, let's get into the questions. The first one, what did you do before you got into nails? Lots of things. To be honest, I hadn't had a job, like a job. Well, my husband has a construction company, so I've literally worked for him. We've been together for like 9 years, I want to say. It's been quite a while. I think about 9 years. And he started his construction company shortly after we met, like within the first year. He had had one before, and then he went to prison. And then got out, and then he started it again, you know. Things happen. So I started working for him. I was actually, this is gonna shock you, I was actually doing construction there for a little while. Wild. And then I just basically started his like bookkeeping. I don't do much. I still am on the payroll as a bookkeeper. I basically send in the payroll if he needs help with certain things like emails and things like that. My husband is 20 years older than me. So technology is not his favorite thing on earth. You know what I mean? When he orders things online, we end up with like 5 of this thing, and it's a joke now. But so I help him with things like that. So basically that was like my last job that's still currently technically my job. I've also been a licensed esthetician, and that was like right when I had my son. I started going to esthetician school when he was like 1. And I did that for a few years, and I really, really liked it. I've always been into like beauty stuff. Shocker. So I did really like that. I worked in a couple different spas, like really nice spas, and then came to find out that like spa owners are all real crazy. But did that. And then I worked as a waitress and a bartender and a hostess all at the same time at this restaurant, which, horrible idea. You can't do all 3 of those things at one time, but I've done quite a few things, like not quite a few things, that's a lie. I've done a few things. I honestly have not had a lot of jobs because I got pregnant like directly after high school when I was 18. And when I got pregnant, that I was working my very first job, which was at a hair salon, got pregnant, and then I went to school for an esthetician, did that for a little while, and then drugs, you know, for about 10 years. So I was like a raging drug addict for about 10 years. Opiates are the devil. We'll get into that because there's more questions about that. But so basically, that's what I was doing before. That's really all that I've done as far as like jobs and things like that. So long answer for a short question. I'd love to hear more about your addiction journey and the path to your sobriety. How long have you been in recovery? What do you do to maintain your recovery? Sponsors, journaling, things like that. Okay, so I have been clean for, to be honest, am I gonna clean? That's a good question. I've been clean for about 9 years, and honestly, I don't really know I didn't keep track of my clean date. I don't know why. It just wasn't really important to me for some reason, which might sound really weird to some of you, but, and I'll get into, other people have asked like how I got clean and things like that, so I'll get into that later, but I've been clean for about 9 years. I actually don't do anything as far as, like, I never liked NA meetings and things like that. I just didn't like them. I went because I had to for a while, and I felt like there was people that I just didn't really want to see anymore. You know? And I think it definitely works really well for some people, and some people just don't need it. And my husband used to go all the time, and then I stopped going when I didn't really have to anymore. And so did he, and we've just kind of found that we just don't really, it's not something that helped us. The things that helped me are finding things that I enjoy doing, such as nails, making content, things like that, and having something to like get up and look forward to every day, and something that you don't want to lose, you know? Like, I have a son, and so he was always like my number one reason to get and stay clean. And then once you get clean, you need things that, like I said, that you can like look forward to, that you know you're good at, that you, just things like that. And I think that that is my thing, is like, I needed a creative outlet. I've always been creative. I've always been into whatever creative things I could find to do. And so that's what I do. I really don't do any of the typical things. I don't like go to meetings. I don't journal, but I've done like, I forget what it's called. There was like some special journal, the 25-day gratitude journal, I think it was called. And I actually did the whole thing, which is shocking. I've done those things. Where I'm at now in my sobriety, it's not even like a question, and it's been like that for quite a while, that it's not even an option anymore. And I know some people have been clean for 10, 20 years and then they relapse. It is absolutely a possibility. I just know, like, in my head, it's like, no fucking way. Especially with everything going on now with like fentanyl. When I got clean, that was like just creeping out, and I think I got some like once, and yeah, so I was lucky and quit like right when that was creeping into everything. Now it's like you can't do anything without worrying that fentanyl is in it. Weed, pills, like there's just nothing that you could ever buy that you know for sure unless you test it. So it's just scary now. It's not the same. It was never safe, but it was safer. Like when I was in high school, like you could grab a Percocet from somebody and didn't worry about it being a fentanyl pill, you know, like, how did you learn video editing and what programs do you use? So that part I taught myself. I am shocked, to be honest. I think I should give myself a little more credit because I built my whole website all by myself. I have taught myself video editing. I've done it all myself. I just would like get the program and do it. I use Video Leap for my editing right now, and I love it. I think it's very easy to use. But I got a MacBook so I could edit on that. And then you guys know I have my new camera. I haven't been able to use my camera yet because I have to teach myself a new editing software on my MacBook, because when I try to send videos from my phone or from my camera to my iPad, it shows up as a photo for some reason. I haven't had a chance to like fully get into this and like teach myself yet, but so I'm gonna have to teach myself a new program on here so I can use my camera, which is so annoying because I have that other program like down, like Video Leap. Love it. How How long does it typically take for you to make a video? That depends. If it's like a haul video, those are the easiest. Things like that where like right now I'm filming and talking to you like this, I don't have to like go and edit a bunch of things together. I can just throw that up, and I throw in some little things here and there. I might edit a couple things, but for the most part, the ones that take me the longest are tutorials. Like that Tokidoki set. You guys, I need to clean. I need to get this done. That took me 2 full days in here. I was here from till like 10:30 one night, 11:30 the next night. I was here all day. It takes a really long time to do those videos because I'm filming pieces. I have to edit them all together, make sure it's not like, it takes a really long time. Like this one I'm doing, I could have it edited fast within less than a half an hour, throwing all my little pieces in there for like the grab a drink thing, all those little things within a half hour, and then I make my thumbnail and stuff like that. So I like to give myself 2 days to film and then edit, but like videos like this, I can just do it in one day. And I've gotten a lot faster. Like in the beginning, it took me way longer. So if you're thinking about doing it, just be patient with yourself, teach yourself, or ask somebody to help you, but just take time to do it and know you're gonna be slow at first. Like I'm getting faster as I go, but it still takes some time, just depends on the video. Okay, could you tell us how you got interested in nails? Basically, I think when COVID happened, I was actually planning on going back because when I was using, I let my esthetician license lapse. So I was planning on going back and just taking my tests again and getting my esthetician license again. And then I got into nails, probably with like YouTube and stuff like that. I just got really interested in like wanting to do my own nails and things like that. So that's how it all began. And then I decided to go to nail school, and I did that, and I graduated February of 2023, I believe. I got my license, or wait, right? It was a year ago this last February. So yeah, February of 2023. And then I got my license February of 2024. I took the test once, passed. It just took me a long time to get signed up for the tests. We're over here now. I hope you can see everything. So the next question was nail school worth it for the education? How long have you been doing nails for? So I've been doing nails for, a few years, maybe like 3, I want to say. And then like I got into it probably like 3 years ago, because we were where we live now. And then nail school, was it worth it? So it was worth it to get my license, but I don't know if people know this really, like nail school and beauty school period, they really don't teach you like much when it comes to like doing nails. It's like all about the test and getting you prepped to take your tests. It's not like they really like teach you how to do all these things. Like you really do that yourself. So it's worth it to get your license, but just know that you're not going to get taught, like you're going to teach the majority of the nail process and like how to get really good at nails and what your like niche is and all that stuff. You're going to do that all yourself. They're not going to do that. And yes, I am focusing on my website and YouTube right now, and really it's not that I'm not taking clients, but really just like special like requests from people, and I leave my schedule open a couple days a week for people, but yeah, for the most part, I'm just focusing on my website and YouTube, like making content, because I just kind of realized that I really like doing that. And yeah, I would really like to mainly focus on my website and YouTube, and then do like maybe a couple like special clients here and there. How and when did you finally get sober? Was it rock bottom or a forced like locked up thing? So yes, I got sober, like I said, like 9 years ago, and it was definitely forced. I had like tried to get clean. I couldn't even tell you how many times I have been to detox and tried to get clean and been dope sick, like countless times. But the last time I got ran up on by the task force in the 7-Eleven parking lot and was forced to get clean. So that night there was this girl that I stopped selling to, and her boyfriend talked me into selling to her because he was always having to come get it. Long story short, she ended up ratting me out. She had me come meet her at 7-Eleven when I normally didn't do that. I would always have her like come to me. So I did it one night. Task force. Yay. That night, I was not ready to get clean yet, so I told them, I lied and said, I'll work with you guys, just, let me go, whatever. Well, I'm not gonna fucking do that. I am no snitch. Maybe a lot of things, but I'm not that. So I told them that night so I could like prepare myself. And then I obviously had a warrant out for my arrest, so after like a couple months, they got me and I went to jail. And then they wouldn't give me drug court because I was selling drugs. If you are a dealer, they won't let you into drug court. So I did get the option of DOSA, which is basically instead of going to prison, they will send you to treatment. So inpatient treatment, I went for 3 months. And then I got out and moved into a clean and sober house for a few months. And then I was on DOC, so I was under the supervision of Department of Corrections for like 2 years. I had to do like classes. I got a couple violations, so I went to jail a couple more times there. Nothing big, for going out of county without permission, things like that. But I have stayed clean. I relapsed one time within the first like 6 months or something, and I've been clean ever since. So it worked. I didn't want to go to prison. I have a son that I care about. I didn't want to go to prison, so that's what did it for me. I think you have 2 kitties, right? Or how many? Yes, I have 2 kitties, and if I remember, I will put them up. They're my little babies. They're my precious angels. I love them oh so much, and their names are Rose and Omers. They're twins. They came from the same litter, they're brother and sister, and they are about 4 years old. 5. I think they're like 5 years old. Yep. And they're big babies, and they are just precious little angels. I love them so much. Here's the oil pastels I got from Michael's, so we'll be doing that video soon. If you saw my last video, if you haven't, you should go watch it because I got ripped off, I'm pretty sure. Do you have any plans to have any more pets? Do you like dogs as well? I know my husband and my son want a dog. I would be good without a dog. I love all animals. I'm obsessed with animals, but when it comes to like in my house and stuff, I just think cats are like so clean. My cats are indoors. They don't go outside. So I don't have to worry about them like running out in the mud and then coming back inside. Like it's just, and I feel like cats are so easy. So I would rather just have cats, and if I could, I'd have like 50. But I'm sure whenever we get into our house, which was another question on here, we'll probably end up getting a dog. But I'm also like, my one cat, Omi, has really bad anxiety. They both have anxiety. My Omers is on anxiety meds because he was getting urinary blockages frequently. We actually had to get surgery on him. He's been an expensive boy because he got urinary blockages like 3 times, and they were like, you can either put him to sleep or you can try this surgery. I'm like, don't even utter those words. I literally started crying. I'm like, that's not happening. So we'll pay the couple grand for the surgery. He has sex change. He is now a female on the inside. They literally like widen I know you probably don't care about this, but they widen their urethra inside so that it's harder for them to get blockages. Who would have thought? All right, let's move along. This is hard to clean and answer questions at the same time, I'm noticing. What are you? Where are you from / where did you grow up? Right here in Washington. I'm from Washington, and I grew up here. I grew up in Bellingham, Washington, Whatcom County, and I've lived in Whatcom County ever since. I moved to Seattle for, I don't know, a couple years, like when I got pregnant and when Carter was first born. Let's move ya. I lived there, me and his dad, for a little while, and then we broke up and I moved back. I moved back here. So that's where I'm from, and that's where I still live, Washington. You mentioned not being in your house. Can you explain, are you doing extensive remodeling and where you live at the moment? So it's kind of a long story, but basically we have 5 acres up the street from where we live right now, and we've had it since August of 2020, and then COVID happened, and it's just been such a mess. I don't know if you can even yeah, you can see me. It's just been such a mess. They instead of them doing their, the county for permits and stuff, you have to do it all yourself online. I think it's probably go back to how it was originally before, but when that happened, it got all shut down, and then you had to do things yourself. And my husband owns a construction company, but he has no idea how to do that shit. So it's just been a mess ever since. So currently we bought a modular and put it on the 5 acres and have been gutting it and redoing it. It's very close to being done. We just have to finish the kitchen, the flooring, and a couple little things, but we're having issues. The county that we live in is a pain in the ass, and we're just having issues in that department that could be fixed. My husband is hoping we can get in there before Halloween. I don't know. Right now we're living up the road in a very small place. It's 1 bedroom. It's horrible. We're all crammed in there. Oh my God. Yeah, we're all crammed into this tiny little space, and we're making it work, but Lord be with me. It is so hard to keep things organized when you live in a closet. Let me tell ya. Good Lord. All right. Here's a big one. Emily. All right, let's see. So I've used Jello one time, and okay, so I did the video. I don't need to answer that because I did the Jill-X video with a Jello peel-off base last Friday. So I think you probably already saw it, but if you haven't, refer to that, babe. I would love to hear more about your addiction journey. Did you ever son in the middle of your addiction? What led you to get sober? So no, I had my son, I'm trying to think. He was probably around 2 when I started dabbling, I will say. So when I turned 21, he was 2, and that is when I would go out, I had him all the time, but say I went out on a weekend or something, I'd go out and drink, and when I drink, I don't drink anymore. When I drank, it wasn't oh, we'll go out and have a couple drinks. It was she's getting kicked out of every bar in town, and we're gonna have a little demon on our hands. I was the worst. I've been kicked out of every bar. I've got horrible. I would have 2 drinks. I was drinking to black out every single time. I was a disaster. So that's when I was 21. I think around that same age, I had never, in high school and stuff, even my friend's mom would give us here's a Percocet from grandma next door. I had done taking a Percocet here and there, and I liked it, but it wasn't oh my God, I need that or anything like that. So when I was 21, that's when oxys were floating around like candy, and I'd never done them. My friend came over, me and my best friend were at my place, and he came over and he had some and gave me, I think he gave me half a pill or something, and I was oh, that is nice. I really like that. And I honestly, at that point in time, had no idea what it was to be addicted to something. I thought, what the fuck is wrong with everybody? You just, if you want to stop, you just fucking stop. What do you mean? I honestly had no idea. So that didn't even occur to me, this is bad and I might get stuck with this for a very long time. So that's where it started. I ended up buying some more from him that night, and it just kind of kept, then I started dating him, which none of this is his fault. I made all my own choices. But, and then obviously it became a habit of I want this every day because it feels really good. I get things done. It makes me very happy. And it became a daily thing with oxys. And then within that first year, it turned into heroin. And then me smoking heroin turned into me shooting heroin within a year of that, if not less than that. And that's where that began. So that was like a decade-long journey of me using. And no, my son was 2 when that started. And that's a whole nother, like, we'll be sitting here just crying for hours if I get into that whole thing with my son. But yeah, I thought I was doing good, like hiding things from him. I know that I wasn't. Like, people started realizing like something's going on. His dad ended up like realizing that things were like not getting better and took him when he was like 6, I want to say, which was horrible. That's what the one thing that like always drove me to get clean was him. Like, I was always a really good mom. This is what people I don't think realize is like, I had an amazing childhood. My parents weren't rich, but we were like doing great. You know, I had everything I could ever want. We had a house. I had all the best friends that I could ever ask for. Like, I had a great childhood. I played sports. Everything was great. So it's not like I came from, I think a lot of people, I think it's more common now, addiction, but like in the past it's been like you probably had a horrible childhood to make you do things like that. Like, no, it was actually great. Anybody can try something and really, really like it, and then it becomes an addiction. And once you're addicted to opiates, getting off of that is the worst hell you could ever imagine in your life. So yeah, my son, no, I did not have him while I was using. He was 2 when it like began. You can tell me to shut up and go away. Girl, I don't mind. I'll answer anything. If you want to hear like more in depth about things, my camera's at like 9% right now, so I'm trying to kind of hurry, but let me know. And I don't want to start crying. When I talk about my son and all of this, it's just like, I could cry all day, every day if I think about it, so I just don't think about it. I know a lot of you are gonna understand. How many tattoos do you have? Any piercings? To be honest, girl, I have absolutely no idea how many tattoos I have. I started getting tattoos on my 18th birthday and I haven't stopped. I've got like stomach, sides, back, butt, ankle, whole arm, this, here, here. I have quite a few that I want to get like covered up, changed, that I don't like. I hate that. I've got stars right here that I freaking hate. I don't like my ankle tattoo. There's a few that I want to change, and piercings, I really don't. I've had my nose pierced before, which I actually did myself in high school. And my ears are probably closed up by now. I never wear earrings, and that's all. I've never really cared about piercings. Odd. I don't know why, but I think I love other people's, like when they have tons of ear piercings and like the center pierced and stuff. It's just never been something that I like need to do, you know? So yeah, I could do a tattoo tour sometime. How do you keep in such good spirits when filming, even on days that it is hard? Girl, it is difficult. I almost didn't do this video. I almost said I'm just not going to do a video tomorrow because it's been a rough day. When you film for hours and you hate what you did, and I don't want to miss a video. I like you guys knowing that I'm going to be here Wednesday and Friday every week. It's very important to me to be consistent and to always post. So I was really upset. And I almost was like, you're just going to skip it this week. But I'm not. So, and I've had many days like that where I'm like, I just want to cry and I don't want to do this. I want to do the video, but I'm not in the right headspace right now to be like fun and you know what I mean? Like, you don't want me to be like this. So it's hard, but I feel like, I don't know, have you guys ever noticed that like I'm off in a video, that I don't seem like I'm in a good mood, or that I don't think so? I don't know. Let me know, because I'm kind of curious. Like, can you tell if like I'm not, I think I'm pretty good at faking it. I've always been like, I have very bad anxiety, so I've gotten really good at like trying to like fake that I'm like great, you know, and everything's fine, because when you have severe anxiety, you feel like everybody's like looking at you and like you're being weird, you know? So I think I've gotten really good at like just turning it on, getting things done. My suggestions for anybody else is, if you really don't feel like filming, or you're just really not in the mood, just don't do it. It's not the end of the world. It's one video and you can come back next week. And I need to tell myself these things because I'm the hardest on myself, and I think most of us are like that. Like, I'm so hard on myself. I know you said you and your hubby are 20 years apart in age. I know you guys are too. That's so cool. How did you meet mine, and how long have we been together? So yep, he's exactly 20 years older than me. And we actually met at a meeting. Funny enough, I was sitting in there, he walked in, and I was wearing really short shorts, and apparently he thought I had nice legs, so he sat next to me. And that was a wrap. We talked, and ever since we've been together, and that was, I believe, about 9 years ago. We've been married for 4 years. We got married in 2020. So yeah. Since you've only been doing sets on friends and family, what other side hustles do you have? Korean nail, anything is expensive as hell. Don't I know it? It's so expensive. So I kind of already went into this. I am on the payroll for my husband's construction company. He's a saint. He puts up with a lot from me. He's very supportive and understands like what I'm doing here and thinks it's awesome. So he's awesome. Basically, I couldn't do it without him. He keeps me on the payroll for his company, and then I have my website, which is like my number one thing. I designed all of my stands myself. I make some of the molds myself. Most of the, like all the little stands that I have, the magnetic ones, I design all the molds myself and make them. So that's like my biggest thing. I also sell like luxury custom press-ons. I just haven't updated my site with those for a while. I just haven't had the time, but I want to. So those are like all the things that I do. And then I take clients like here and there. If somebody like messages me and they want something cool, I do it. I don't want my camera to die. How do you attach your beautiful press-ons, and how to remove all? So I got my Jello. Yeah, so another with the Jello. You've probably already seen it, but I did the video last Friday. So for the Jello, go watch that. And then how do I attach my press-ons? So for videos, I just use a little sticky tabs just so I can pop them off afterwards. Usually if I'm making press-ons for myself, I tend to make them not opaque so that I can use gel to apply them. And I always use the Jello peel off base when applying it so that I can easily remove them when I want to remove them, but they stay on just as long as I want them to. If they're not opaque, then I would just use glue, which I have right here. I use this one from Amazon. It's just the nail bond. I don't know if you can see it because I'm way over here, but it's from Amazon. It's just called Nail Bond by NYK1, and it works really, really good. I put my aunt's press-ons on with that, and they're literally on for like a month, and she still has to remove them. So I don't know how long they would stay on. That stuff works really, really good. What are your top favorite nail supply stores and websites do you recommend for someone who lives in Canada? Sweetie Nail Supply, #1. They are in Canada. Their shipping is insanely fast. I'm in the States and I order from them and I have my stuff within like 48 hours, within 2 days. It's insane. And they have all the best like Korean nail supply stuff. The other websites that I recommend are Zillabo and Luna Beauty. Luna Beauty's in Australia. I don't know if they ship to Canada. And Zillabo is in the States. I assume they do ship to Canada. I'm pretty sure. Those are my 3 like favorite Korean nail websites. And then I also love Function of Vex, Croissania Neri. If I think of more, I will link them. I know I'm forgetting, but those are like the ones that Sweetie Nail Supply is probably my #1. I love them. The shipping's fast. They have all the new stuff. And we have a code. I have a code with, I was gonna say Luna Beauty. No, I don't. With Sweetie Nail Supply, Zillabo, Croissania Neri, and a couple others that are in my description, but they're all Devil10. So if you ever want to try anything, you can at least save some money, because I know it's expensive. Do you try to match your toenail designs to your fingernail designs? Do you think there can be bad toenail and fingernail combos that look bad, or do you think it usually doesn't matter too much? I never match. I never do. I always do something. I usually don't even match my hands. I'll do one design here and one design here. My toes never match my hands. I always do like something random on my toes. I don't think you can have a bad combo because I think it can be completely different and it doesn't, to me, it doesn't look bad. I like having like different things. I typically, if I'm just doing something to my toes, I'll just do black. And yeah, I don't think it matters. I think you can do wild stuff on your toes and it doesn't have to match. Or you can do something simple. But yeah, I don't think it doesn't bother me. I like to do different things. That's it. I made it. I hope this was at least semi-interesting. I know I didn't really clean much. It's kind of hard to clean when I'm trying to like read questions and answer them. I hope this video was kind of entertaining. I feel like it probably sucks, to be honest. I'm just having a day where I'm like really hard on myself. I'm about to start my period. So I'm like not having a great time right now. But we did it. So I hope I answered your guys' questions. I hope, yeah, that's it. That's all I hope. I hope that I answered all your questions. If I didn't and you want to know more, just leave it in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week. I hope you have the best weekend. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I post. There's another video at the end. Click on that and go watch it if you haven't already seen it. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week. Have a good weekend. Bye, guys.